Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dicefunctional Campaign 2 with the Neighborhood Watch, where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers. They had just wrapped up a little bit of business, at least the other party had wrapped up some business over in the city of Ventito, which had caused a fair amount of trouble for them, but they got out alive, so that's all that mattered. You all, on the other hand, were working on a few side projects, namely trying to figure out how to deal with an individual by the name of Inspector Avec. You guys have dealt with some you guys have got some pretty good ideas of how to do it, and you've even talked to the Queen to try and get them to get her to help you along with getting a hold of the Lord of the South. But it looks like things have shifted a bit. As you all were relaxing and having tearful moments over your deceased friend's presence for you, something got dropped in your tower. A large blue plate with green flame-like writing on it that said, "The family died today. Don't try to find me." And on the back there was a map indicating something. And that's where we left off. You all, well, a handful of you, I think it was Fitz, who was at the lowest level. Fitz, you have found this scale that has been written upon. What do you do?
I mean... Okay, hold on. My brain is crushing together different campaigns and making up things.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have, like, comms?
Yes, you do.
I can't remember.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I will say this in fairness to you guys. I think I'm going to be implementing some kind of communication system, no matter what game we are playing, unless
do we get cell phones?
No.
Or like leverage.
It's just easier. It's just easier.
Okay. I think that Fitz, over the comms, will be like, terrible news, everyone. A message has just arrived in the form of a dragon scale with green writing on it, saying that the family is dead.
Oh no.
Crushed in cans.
Oh no.
Descending. Swearer's our friend in the family, right?
Yeah. Friend.
He's our
I'm calling
friend.
him a friend.
Like this.
I'm just gonna use a quick sending spell and going, "Hey bud, you still alive?"
As you do so, you will receive a immediate response back of
Cool. To the mirror.
Oh no.
Don't try to find us. Don't tell us not to try to find, because we will do that.
That's Cloud that's saying that, though.
Yeah.
He's
The
fucking torturing his family.
The second I get that response, I will be using like my fucking Misty Step trinkets to rush my way to the mirror. Even. Alright, full sprint. Go, go, go.
Have we ever rested?
I think so, because it's a couple days by now.
No, it's been several.
Yeah.
It's been 3 days. You had plenty of time.
I'm gonna take 2 charges off my trinkets.
Sure.
Just to say, like, yeah, I Missy Step
Sure.
that
fine.
much.
Also, just a warning, if my camera goes out again, I will be switching to I am not turning my fucking camera back on.
That's okay.
That's
Valid.
fair.
I am not prepared to deal with it today.
But yeah, to the mirror.
I'm just gonna, for convenience, press the long rest button.
I don't see a long rest, but
It's under your hit dice up top.
what?
Yeah. SOS L rest.
Oh. L rest. L rest.
Please no, I was
Oh,
saying I
rest.
need my sleepy time button
That's-
into my mic on mute, but
That's
like he knew.
El Rest is a Spanish nap.
El rest.
El rest.
El rest. No,
El
you gotta say
resto.
rest.
You guys, yeah, you gotta roll it. Go.
I can't do that.
Well, then you only get fast rest.
Rest. That's not
I
Well, I'm also rushing to me. I'm assuming we're all rushing to the mirror.
Yeah, the second Darius gets that response back, she goes, "Oh, that is not good." To the mirror. Into the earpiece.
Not the communal boyfriend, Swearo.
Oh, not that
Wait.
hot young psychopath Swearo.
No.
Wait,
that guy.
If he's the communal boyfriend, I need someone to draw him as our communal pirate boyfriend from when we went to the pirate adventures.
Oh.
Also, I hope his hot dad is okay.
I have a feeling
Probably
Hot Dad is
not.
dead.
Probably not. Probably not.
Not. Dream.
If Swear was in a bad condition, I don't think Oriole made it. My brother.
I think that maybe. I think we should just maintain an
also-
air of optimism.
I love that we get a message of like, don't bother checking. I wouldn't do it if I were
Immediately
you.
check.
And we're immediately like, mirror time, baby.
I was
let's
thinking the
go."
same thing. I'm like, don't tell us not to do something because we're gonna do it.
I think you guys are taking the priority of checking the wrong thing. He was saying, don't try to find me.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
We can find you.
The mirror can,
We
yeah.
can and we will. What do you
But
mean?
first, your
I would
hot
like
family
to say-
members.
Yeah.
I would like to save our ally first.
Yeah, allies.
Ally.
Preferred.
Ally.
Ally.
Hi, are you an
Um,
ally?
No.
You all,
We know she's
Uh,
not.
Who knows?
you all
that?
begin charging your way towards the mirror of omniscience as quick as possible. Namely, Darius and Fitz. The rest of you are probably delayed by maybe a minute, as you are being told to do so via comms or by shouting, while the other two are just sprinting. You two would basically arrive at the Mirror of Omniscience basically at the same time. Whomever decides to take control of the mirror, let me know.
Darius will open the mirror and have Fitz's arm like in her hand and go, "I've got a teleport use, but I need backup just in case."
Hold on. I'm experiencing the horrors.
Camera. I like the face it froze on.
I was gonna say.
The horrors currently. If you could just give me a second here, hold on.
I think, Jill, I'm gonna try and dig into possible causes for that issue. Okay.
I literally unplugged every USB on my fucking computer except for the necessary ones.
I don't think it's a USB thing anymore. I think it's some kind of a software issue. I'm gonna look into it.
It's
Um,
pissing me off.
Listen.
It's
Yeah.
pissing me off.
Or physical
completely
hardware
fair.
condition.
Yeah.
Maybe
But yeah,
it's
Darius holds Fitz's arm and goes, "I'm going through. I have a teleport, but I want backup just in case it's bad."
Fitz, before Darius could even do that, Fitz is gonna go, "I am much heartier than you. If you get hit, it will cause problems for all of us. Let me go.
My teleport is faster.
I don't care. I can take the hits."
Jill, I'm gonna ask you to do something we haven't done in a while. Persuasion against me.
Okay, DM, what do you mean by that? What do you mean fucking making me roll persuasion?
Roll persuasion.
Okay.
Well,
You don't control me, Jess.
Honestly, for Fitz,
It's
That's
pretty
not bad.
good.
it's pretty good.
He's got a -1.
Darius, in response, will go, "I'll let you go, but if you take more than a minute, I'm coming in."
The spell, if you give me a minute and a half, and Fitz will...
Minute and a half. Darius has the mirror open, so
Yeah. What can we see on the other side of the mirror, by the way?
Okay, yeah. So I will say you guys are briefly having this conversation between one another as you're trying to figure out what to do. And the mirror is beginning to kind of come to view. And as you do so, you will see that you are looking into what is a glorious looking hall of pure white marble, gilding that goes along all the edges of all stonework, with pillars that are holding up some lofty unseen roof. And at the center, above this circular plinth, there is Suero. He is being held into position by several levitating golden rings around his shoulders, elbows, hands, and namely around his arm that has all the bits of metal embedded into it. And in this room, you see that there are hundreds of beings, many of which don't resemble anything close to humanoid designs. Many of them are floating masses of metal and objects that are kind of clustered together and appear to be observing the operation that is occurring to Suero himself. A few look to be more in control of what is happening and seem to be superior in some way, shape, or form. And these ones are perhaps a little bit closer to what you would recognize as humanoid, though their bodies are not resembling that very well. They are glowing and segmented, almost like large plates of metal that have all been kind of put together into the vague form of a humanoid. And as the portal appears, several of them will turn to regard the portal and look at you all.
Maybe neither of us should maybe go through there.
I'm dropping the mirror immediately before anything can break it on that side.
Yeah.
I've got a dumb idea.
I don't like to hear that.
That was a good start.
The quickest way to get him out is to get in and out, right?
Uh-huh.
I'd have to rest for like a day.
Just get to the point. What are you thinking of using?
I could use plane shift to get us in and out real quick.
But he has restraints on that are likely magical.
Fuck yeah, you're probably right.
Plus, we don't know if he has a day.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Connor,
I have it already. It's a day in the other plane that makes it dumb.
Yeah.
I said it was dumb.
Connor, how high was the ceiling in that place?
You do not see the top.
Gravity, baby!
Because if he's being held in place by the rings, no one else is.
Oh my god.
I mean, 2 of us have gravity stuff now. I also have it now.
Can you make it not affect us?
Nope.
Fuck.
I will say at this point, the rest of you all have, of course, made your way into the room. And while you may not have necessarily have seen what was in the portal, you have heard what has been seen through the portal.
So is like Suero trapped or something?
What's going on? Who are these people? Why do they have him?
Cool.
What are they doing to him?
There is anyone who has questions could roll skills if you have certain questions, depending.
Okay.
What would you roll for skills?
Depends on what you want to ask.
Can I see if in my brain box, my smart little baby boy brain box, if I have any idea about the like magic rings holding him and like what they do and all that? I mean, obviously they hold him, but you know, any extra information on those?
Sure. Knowledge, religion.
Religion.
Can I also roll knowledge religion about
Sure.
basically anything in the scene, the people, the place?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
Can I roll?
Mhm.
For any... Oh, Becca, starting strong. Starting
Actually,
strong.
Becca, what do you add to religion rolls?
6. So you
Now
still
the question is,
Yeah.
do I make you re-roll that because it will make me feel better?
no
Or do I save that?
save it for something more important.
Yes, yes.
With the brief look I had, can I use investigation to see what details I noticed? Or would that be perception?
Certainly. Perception would fit better, to be honest with you.
It's two different, so I just want to know
Yeah.
which one you want me to roll.
Yeah, perception would fit better.
Okay. That's a 24.
24. Yep. Okay, so let me go down the rolls as they were done. First, Fitz, you actually do know what was being used to restrain him. That it's not an object, it is a creature. It is a creature called a ring archon. Archons are types of celestials. They are not... how would I describe this? There are certain types of celestials that kind of fall on different spectrums in regards to law versus chaos. There are some that are pretty far on the chaotic range. Those would be like the Azada. Archons are on the far other end. They are the extremely lawful good.
Oh.
Y'all want to piss off some lawful good celestials?
Granny, you don't know.
I have no fucking idea.
On the other hand, Darius, with your perception check, you would realize that in this room you saw, while you don't recognize all the names, you do at least vaguely recognize the symbols, as Fitz carries quite a few of them. A lot of lawful, good, aligned deity symbols were in that hall. So, deities of lawkeepers and deities of order and banking and stuff like that.
Michelle, you are so muted that I'm watching
Yeah.
you go through a journey.
Yeah, it's kind of amusing in its
You're
own
like
way.
yelling.
I realized I went back and I looked at druid things and I realized I have been preparing way less spells than I should have been because I've been preparing like 10 or 12 and I just realized it's druid level plus the amount your wisdom modifier.
It's a lot higher,
Yeah.
actually.
So it should be 19 and I've
Yeah.
been doing like 12.
Yeesh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
And I
bad.
realized I could get another cantrip like 2
Yep.
levels ago.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Do we think we can reason with them?
The real question.
Before
Oh,
No, go ahead. Oh, the real question is why is he being trapped in there? That's the real question.
the real question is he alive or did we see his eternal punishment?
Ah, shit.
If he was dead, sending wouldn't have worked.
This is
Yeah.
correct.
That's
Okay.
true.
Okay.
Also,
I forgot how
So
sending
Michelle,
worked.
I do want to point out, you technically get 20. Guiding Bolt does not count against your list of prepared spells.
Oh my
I forgot about that. You're right.
Oh my god.
Jesus. And
Now-
you're the one who's played more D&D than...
I've never
Come on
played a druid
now.
before, to be fair.
Come on
Can
now.
I-
This is my
Anyway,
first druid in my first prepared class.
Hold on,
What
real
was I
quick.
gonna say? I was gonna say something and I forgot. Oh,
Rewind.
it seems to me that perhaps Cloud has handed his brother over to these Celestials for some reason or another.
Okay, but what about Oriole and Dottie?
Let's check on them. They might be
Okay.
suffering similar punishments.
Yes, Jess?
Real quick, just checking something. Hey, Connor.
Yes.
Sending, if it's working across planes, has a 5% chance of failing.
Yes.
Should I have rolled on that chart then?
No, because I forgot to do so and I don't care.
Hold on. I need you to listen to me. This is less about if you care and more of me trying to figure out if he's actually on another plane.
That's fair. You can roll a d100 if you'd like.
Could I
He's
also do
absolutely-
a roll on Swearo to see if, because I think I know something, and I want to see if my character can figure it out.
Yes.
Okay.
Is
I don't know what
he-
you're trying to do.
Is he an Aasimar?
Oh, that okay. Yeah, roll religion.
Again.
Yeah, you're fine, Jess.
Again.
If
Again.
Can you make her reroll that one, Jill? Because that one seems more important.
Reroll.
It's probably going to be worse, but I will.
if
It's better by one.
if he is on another plane, we
God
can
damn it.
banish him.
You are not entirely sure.
God diggity.
Can I do something really
Sure.
quick?
Hmm.
Okay, you can take my 15 actually.
Ah,
forgot Or-
all right,
Okay,
that's fair.
that's a 20,
That makes it
21, yeah.
He certainly is showing certain traits that are not typical for regular people. Namely, there are bits and pieces where it looks like it may be a tattoo of some kind, though there's a slight iridescence to some of it that doesn't look like a tattoo. He most likely does at least have some celestial blood somewhere.
I knew it. I smell a fruit.
I could smell an ASMR from 20 paces.
I had to roll for. I've
That's
been
why they
sitting
call me
on that
Jimmy the
for.
Sniffer.
I've been sitting on that since I drew him because I was the one who designed him, and I was like, "This is an Aasimar," and I didn't know if Potter ran with it or not.
Hey guys, I have another bad idea that's funny though.
What?
Sure.
Okay.
Go and banish him and banish yourself.
I can't do that many banishes, else I would. What
Go
if we
in,
just did
banish him, go.
Stop it. Stop it. No interrupting. Go.
Sorry.
No, what if we use a distraction?
Hmm?
I have this thing that we haven't talked about in a while that might piss off some Celestials.
Are you talking about loose?
I think they would literally just strike him with lightning and be done with it. They would be like, fuck that guy, get out.
I also have plane shift. I just want it to be known.
That's true, so two of us
But
have
do-
plane shift.
Yeah.
Do we have the tuning fork for for
Mm.
the material plane at least?
We can get
No.
one.
How fast?
Does it have to be like a specific tuning fork? Okay. I was like,
Mhm.
we could just find one here.
Well, you can. I don't remember because I know there's a ritual to like tune the tuning fork, but I don't know how to do that and how long it takes.
Simply-
Is there...
Okay.
Go ahead. I can't see you, so
I know, this is why I said go ahead, because
Uh,
I'm waiting for the silence between.
all right. Is it one of Darius's amulets that she has banishment from, or is it on her spell list?
It's me, baby. That's opportunistic piety. Essentially what my character does is I carry a couple holy symbols, but they are intrinsically tied to me. They're not like my trinkets.
Because I also have banishment, but I only have a single 4th level spell slot, so I also only have a single cast of it.
Well, the other thing to consider is that creature might stop him from being banished. Could I see the Fitz's book, maybe?
Sure.
While you're
Uh,
bleeding, can I cast a sending?
I want to put like 20 HP in the book to ask it about ring archons.
Okay. First, while Jess, what are you doing?
Who should I cast a sending on next to see if they're alive?
Dottie
Oriel.
or
I would
Dot
say-
or Oriole.
I'd say Oriel.
I.
Hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
The floor is yours.
No, I was just I have a feeling that Oriole, like we said, is probably like dead for reals.
The
And
Oriole,
we're better acquainted with Dottie, so it would make more sense.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She was the
Whatever.
last person that she was supposed to be talking with her father anyway.
Right. Okay. Another Russian cat sending similar message that I sent to Swear, but to Dottie this time of, "Hey, are you fucking alive?"
No response.
Ah. Well, I got an answer from Swear. I didn't get one from Dottie.
The question is, was the spell slot consumed? Because you don't have to respond.
No, that's fair. Let me double check the phrasing.
Like, I don't know how fucking sending
Also,
works.
personally, I think we should just like kill Claude. I don't know.
Oh, that was the plan at this point, I
Okay.
think. But
Okay. Cool.
we'll follow
And
up
I like
on
how he's
that
like,
once
"Oh,
we're
here's a
done.
map. Here's a map." No.
Although-
We're not doing a map.
Again, finishing with Avik might be better than moving to Cloud.
The wheels in Connor's brain are turning. The hamster is tired. It's thinking about K-Pepper.
I'm quite hungry. I'm always hungry, though. Yeah, no. I would say that the spell, you still cast the spell, though you do not receive a response.
In that case, let's jump back over to Granny trying to figure out more about this thing.
Yep. You said 20 points of hit points on the the tome.
Yes.
Okay. So, ring archons are and it will use quotations around this archons in the levels of hierarchy for the archons themselves. They are typically individuals that are going to follow orders. They are low ranking, largely. A majority of their skills are capture based, effectively. Though they can bludgeon individuals with the rings that compose their bodies. Largely, it's just using said rings to restrain and prevent movement. But they are a form of living creature. They are a celestial.
Does it say anything about, like, does it prevent teleporting or plane shifting or banishment?
For the archons themselves, no. There's no mention of that.
So we should be able to hop in, banish him, and since he's originally from...
Sorry, I was over drink, so I wanted to make sure I made a hand motion for it. Might not be a good idea still because we don't know what effect is on the room.
It would, I think, Forbiddance might be the one spell that could prevent planar travel. But that would also technically prevent us from teleporting in.
So
be
mirror
careful.
works.
Cody, be careful about using your meta knowledge on that part.
Yeah.
Joe, you were saying?
If the mirror works, we know at least like a scry effect can get in.
Mhm.
We could test it by just like tossing a coin over.
Or, I mean, if the scry effect works, we're really stuck on. Can we teleport? You can't teleport from plane to plane, right? Like, if I walked in there, I couldn't teleport him to our tower.
Right.
Correct.
Okay.
It has to be plane shift, which is me or Fizzy.
Or Iggy. Iggy has plane
I will
shift.
say, I think the
Oh,
mirror
or Iggy.
does break rules sometimes in regards to teleporting. We might be able to teleport in but not out with the mirror.
Yeah.
But I would still love to try the banishment thing, because since he's from the material plane, if he's banished for 10 minutes, he should return there.
Yes. Perhaps another option, as Celestials are generally lawful, or, I mean good, not lawful. They can be any. Since they're
These are
generally,
lawful.
yeah, since they're generally good, we might be able to speak with them and learn how Swearer got there.
Try to
what
persuade them to release
he's
him
doing.
into...
If this is some form of punishment, or other such thing, then certainly Cloud would be equally guilty and deserving of punishment, and we might convince them to allow Swearer to be free to aid in Cloud's capture. It would merely delay this issue of how to get Swearer out of there.
Do you think Zandy has a plane shift tuning fork?
Jolly?
I mean, I know we're talking about Swero's rescue, but I just want to know if Oriole or Dottie are even alive at this point.
We
At
can
the very
run
least.
through the mirror.
Yeah, let's check up on them. Maybe if they're in a easier to rescue spot, they might have more ideas or input or details. Or...
Just
And
a
I
little bit more on the details of what happened to them, if they're even alive at that
I hate
point.
to say it, if they're dead, I can also revive them if we need.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do
The
revive.
mirror
but
will
I can
still
do...
contact them, so let's.
Yeah.
Let's do Dottie first, because again,
So you're going to use the Mirror of Omniscience to do this?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
That's what we said.
Okay.
So now I'm regretting it.
You will call upon the image of Dottie for the Mirror of Omniscience, and as you do so, you'll be greeted by the image of what you could loosely describe as a pile of ground red meat with bits of blonde hair sticking out of it, as it appears that something has chewed her and spat her out.
Great.
Likely,
Um,
that could very well be a dragon that did that.
What the fuck? Hey, can we kill this guy?
Can we just check on Oriole? I know it's probably gonna be the same fucking thing, but
Can we just kill this guy? I'm just so serious.
Hold on.
It's literally our plan.
I know. It's just making me upset. I don't like this.
So how dead is Oriole?
You call upon the image of Oriole Merixel, and you'll see that they appear to be in a similar location as Dottie, though you can see that they have been summarily decapitated and their hands have been chopped off, as their body is now just kind of slumped on its knees, kind of like angled downward a little bit. The hands are missing.
Rest in peace, still. Sorry, trying to make light of the situation.
How's he supposed to crush people's heads in this game?
That is quite
I
a
have
message
a really
to send.
weird question.
Sure.
Would a combination of reincarnate and regeneration work to bring him back?
I'm honestly going to double check one thing on reincarnate, because I don't think you even need to go that far.
Yeah.
Okay.
Reincarnate, fully new body.
Yeah, while you guys keep talking, I'm going to research that, so keep doing your thing.
Okay,
Thanks
wait.
for the-
Would it work on Dottie too? Because it's a
I'm
fully new body.
Like I said,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what
going
he's
to
checking.
research that, so
Please.
you guys keep talking.
Yes,
For the
because
love
if that's an
of
option,
God,
if that's an option,
please let Oriole regenerate into a gnome.
For
Random, but I
reincarnate,
love that.
reincarnate, you only need a piece of the body.
That means we can get Dottie back too.
Or a
That means
cat
all we have to do
boy.
is scoop up some of fucking
No.
Dottie's.
Yeah.
Listen, if you gotta do what you gotta do, but if that's what we gotta do, that's what we gotta do, homie.
That is the
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
fucked up
The-
thing you guys said.
So the exact wording for reincarnate is indeed you touch a dead humanoid or a piece of one. It never specifies how large of a piece. They just have to be dead for no more than 10 days.
How?
Hey,
Okay, which
hey.
this happened recently, from what we can see.
Hold on a
Absolutely,
second. Hold on a
Yes.
second. Yes, Jill?
Before we get into the matter of scooping up her fucking innards,
Mm-hmm.
would a hair work?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will say, in theory, I will say you'll probably want at least a handful
We
of something.
I just figure we teleport there and touch it. You know, like we don't have
That's
to
a
take
better
it with
option.
us.
You're
And-
muted.
And then they probably
You're still
have
muted.
the money and resources to get like a true polymorph to get their original bodies back.
How much it costs?
Reincarnate?
Yeah, because I don't remember.
It's not just that. It's not just a flat cost. There's a material component you need.
Yeah.
You
Which
need
is?
rare oils worth 1,000 gold.
Okay.
Yes.
That is consumed on spells. So you need
That's
two
fine.
gold.
2,000.
Yeah.
Okay, so how do we get that?
I mean, simple answer is you would likely go to a very large city, and you would
Mhm.
acquire various oils that would all be valued at about 1,000 gold total.
Yeah.
Can we use the mirror to do that? Like to teleport to a place?
I'll say that you guys can easily have one of you say, I am going to use the mirror and go and do this, and then come back. But it will unfortunately mean it will cut you out of the rest of the conversation for this scene.
I'll do it since I have teleport.
Oh, that works. There you go.
Makes sense.
Okay.
And I'm not a
Awesome.
planner, so that actually is good for me to not have to take part in this.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Getting information from one of them about exactly
situ-
how this happened would help.
Yeah, I
Hey,
assume that fucking Cloud and the dragon just fucking massacred them.
Mm-hmm.
while we wait, who wants to hold hands with me and sing Kumbaya and use seance?
I don't know what Kumbaya is, but sure.
I'll join in.
It's just a joke because it's a song that people used to sing as like a.
Are you making Kumbaya canon to my D&D game? Get your fucking Christianity out of my game.
Yeah, it was a
What
thing
the
that
fuck?
that elf Jesus Christ made up.
Oh no, the elves are Catholics.
It's actually part of a drow incantation.
They're French Catholics.
That makes it worse.
They're Ishgard.
Oh no. Okay. So you guys wish to cast Seance. Upon whom?
Stop laughing.
We kind of fucking annihilated Jess.
Oh dear.
I don't know why the line that French Catholics got me so hard.
Really?
Um,
Why is that
Go
missing?
look, Connor. Go look.
Yeah, I'm
Go look.
gonna check right now because I don't know why that's the case.
I feel
Um,
like Oreo would have more info because that means Cloud would have talked to him briefly before he got
Yeah.
beheaded.
Yeah,
Here's
oil is
the
probably better.
thing. We're forgetting something. Dare still has the mirror open on them, so we can see and
Oh.
kind of communicate with Fitz,
That's at
and
least
Fitz
part of
has
the
to
reason.
touch them to collect the pieces. So we can ask Fitz, which one has been dead longer? Because the one who is dead shorter would probably
No,
know
I'm-
more.
Fitz is
I'm
in
not-
the cities.
I'm not in the bodies. I'm in the city gathering.
Yeah.
Also, we can just, I know, let's just do Oriole because,
Jesus Christ.
like,
I'm sorry, I just need to point out the insanity of the thought that you sent Fitz through the mirror and went, Fitz, go grab a handful.
we can
I
just,
remember
You looked at your poor
Oriole's
friend
going
and went,
to know more.
go do it.
Because he's the head of the family, so the odds of Claude
Well-
talking to him before it is very high.
He's headless now, actually, dear.
The point
Shut
was.
up! Just use sand!
One moment. I'm actually going to quickly take the Foundry into setup mode for just a moment. It turns out I am missing a very important module, and I need to find out why. So don't worry about it. It's okay. It's just gonna be quick. So sorry. But continuing on. So Jess, you get to decide who are you casting Seance upon.
Oriel's the best. I agree with Jolly's original assessment. So
So, casting Seance upon Oriel Merixel. Let's see. You will summon Oriel, and you will see that his body is rendered loosely whole. It resembles him, though his hands are replaced with something a little bit more spectral, and his head is just detached a little bit. And he's going to look at you all. Yes.
I need a question. My brain is. I got overheated very
What
quickly.
happened is a simple question.
It is a simple question. I don't know how much I'll be able to say from what is my. But what's as a starting point? What the fuck happened here?
We underestimated Cloud. Severely.
What happened to Suero?
Cloud had some allies with him, it looked. Some hyena folk, a null. That fella had a bunch of these weird rings that he used as weapons. They floated around him, worked with him. And then he took them away.
You know, folk. And did Cloud still have the dragon with him?
Yes.
And that story.
And I think the dragon maybe took care of Dottie.
Yeah. That one felt self-explanatory, but I needed to know if the dragon was still with him. Okay. That's all we get for
No.
questions, so.
Correct.
I don't know. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just going to tell you guys, you can join back into the Foundry using the link again.
Yeah, just know it was because I asked Connor because Reincarnate and Scrying were both not on my spell list.
Yeah, that's why I had to do that, because there were some spells missing and I don't know why, and then I noticed plutonium is completely missing, so I can't do imports easily. So I don't know what happened there. But that's corrected now. Jolly?
I was gonna say I don't know what Cloud is benefiting from killing his family.
Oh,
Is what I
power.
meant. I know
Being
power.
killed
It's
by them in return.
it's just not as simply as just power. Okay. He literally
Right
killed
on.
all his siblings.
Well, yeah. Well, they
If
were
it were-
going to.
If it were just power, it would have been a quick one and done, but this is like
He took his
sending
dad's
Suero
hands.
to get tortured, taking
Yeah.
his dad's hands and head, eviscerating Dottie. Like, there's more to this than just power.
Yeah, exactly.
This had a lot of spite in it.
Mm-hmm.
He feels vindicated for what he did.
Then why did he give us a map?
I don't fucking know, but he's gonna pay
Have we-
for it.
Have we looked at the map closely yet?
Mm-mm. We kind of got sidetracked by the whole, the family's all dead thing.
I assume that Swear will be fine, at least for the time being, because he's not dead yet.
A Knoll working with a ring archon doesn't make sense to me.
How come?
Well, it's a Knoll.
Racist.
I, Jessica, do not know what kind of connection you're making. I don't know enough about Knowles
They
to.
just don't seem like a lawful good, like, especially if he's with Cloud. It doesn't seem like this is the sort of thing that a humanoid like that would, like, go for.
Yes, Jill.
That's good.
Okay.
Oh.
We can decipher whatever we're capable of with this map.
So, Ignatius, you begin looking over the map that was provided to you by seemingly Cloud. You see that it looks to be relatively simplistic in its design, though it seems like it's trying to effectively demonstrate something to you that will make things a little bit easier. See, it seems to give you a rough sketch of what looks like the Broomsrev swamps down in South Ekes. So this section of the map. And as it then draws through the actual map, it gives you a rough location that's been marked off, showing you where something is. And then in handwriting next to it, it basically says 5 levels down, 3 doors west, old coffer. That's what it says on it. And then next to it is a very simple drawing of a dragon, like a dragon's head face on.
Yes.
Guys, this is probably that spell we're looking for.
Oh.
I'm gonna be really
Oh.
honest here. It's kind of a big flashing neon sign about that spell that we're looking
Yeah.
for.
Okay.
That we asked Connor, hey, we need a way to get this in game, and then we used the question, you know.
Well,
Maybe it's
I
that.
said I was gonna give it.
Hey, question.
Yeah.
Why should we? I understand, like, logistically, you're probably right, Joe. But I'm saying in character, why should we trust anything that this guy's giving us? Is my question.
Because
we have to determine who sent this. Was it a surviving lesser member of the family? Or was it Cloud?
I think only Cloud can write in that green fire.
we gave Cloud the perfect setup to kill his entire family because they were all gathered in one place for him to take out. Why wouldn't he want to give us a reward in his own fucked up way? You
I
get a
feel
bad gut feeling and you want to check something.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
This was awful ambitious.
Mm-hmm.
Connor, you know why I asked you that question now, don't you?
I absolutely do.
I'm gonna cast Commune. And I'm gonna try to reach out to the god of ambition.
I don't like that he cracked his back for that.
He was waiting for that to happen.
Right,
He was waiting for that to happen. To be
I don't
fair.
like that. Uncrack that bone.
I don't know. It's with everything going on with the fact that the dragon and what's his fuck? My brain can't remember his name now. Are both being used as puppets by the god of ambition.
Avik.
Who's Avik, thank you. Who's to say one of the puppets isn't becoming self-aware?
You cast this spell and you look to your friend and say this. And then at the door of the room for the Mirror of Omniscience, you will hear,
Is everyone else conscious at this moment, or are they all
Yup.
frozen?
you're all
Cool.
conscious.
Darius is going to go answer the door.
Standing at the door, you see a very tall man with blonde hair and strange coyote-like eyes in a maroon suit and a wide pointed smile.
I
And
want
he
to
looks
kill him.
down
but
at you and he goes,
Well, nice to see you. Can't say I
No.
expected you to reach out to me directly.
Not mutual, but sometimes you got to take the options you got, don't you?
Oh, it's true. So that's where the mirror went. I was wondering where y'all took it.
Don't even think about it.
I don't need to at this point.
Ignatius will probably ask Granny, who is this?
He's the fucker responsible for Tana's death. And for... well... yeah. I guess he's
So-
not responsible for everything else, but...
All the taxes.
All
God
the
of ambition.
taxes.
all
Nice
the
to meet
taxes.
you.
So, Swaro trying to get your attention?
Swearo?
Not Swaro, fuck, what's his name?
Cloud.
Cloud.
Cloud. Listen, I'm a bit frazzled.
No. Don't know that kid. He's operating off of his own plans right now.
Yeah, Fitz is missing
I'm
this.
so sorry, Jill.
Fitz is gonna yell at me when he gets back.
Jill's gonna yell at you.
You know, Jill can yell at any time, even out of session. In fact,
Anyways.
we have no way of knowing when they might appear because the game is off.
Yeah, that's worse.
It's like
you
a
just
jump
made
scare.
that so much. You made that so much worse for me, Cody. Because Jill likes to thump when they come to my door. Yeah. Okay, so Cloud isn't using you.
No.
Asking a god what the point of what they're doing is stupid, so... How does helping Avik benefit you?
It'll help me figure out one of my long-term goals.
And Darius is gonna turn around and go, Kaz, you can have the last one since, you know. And I'm gonna give my last question to Kaz to ask him.
I don't know what to ask. To be quite honest, what would I ask?
I don't know. This is the man that's responsible for Tana's death.
I know. You gave me a sudden thing to ask. I'm just angry at him right now.
I know. But I don't have any other questions that are important right now. But I needed to know if Swaro was getting backed by it. No, it's not Swaro. Cloud.
Cloud.
Theoretically, you could ask him what his weaknesses are.
He's not inclined to answer truthfully is the problem.
Yeah. But killing a god is ambition.
I was literally about to be like, asking him directly to his face what his weaknesses are is very ambitious. He'd be like, God damn. That's impressive. I like you.
You got spunk.
You got moxie, kid.
Yeah, sure, why not?
You were asking him.
How would
His
you kill a
weakness?
god? Or, yeah, essentially, what is his weakness?
That's a fun question. You'd have to put out my fire. You need to find a way to stop me from being ambitious ever. Good luck. You won't do that.
Let's trap him in the quagmire of bureaucracy.
I was gonna say you can't be ambitious if you're dead.
Oh, you're not wrong. I can't be ambitious if I'm dead.
And he kind of puts his hands up on the top part of the door, or the door frame, and kind of leans a little bit as he looks at you all.
Smash.
Unfortunately, I was unfortunately, Jill thinking the same thing. Not literally, but that's what
Isn't
my
he
brain is
supposed to
thinking.
leave after 3 questions?
Yeah,
Isn't he
that's the
supposed to
thing.
Go away. Hey, don't stay here. You're not welcome. We don't pay rent. This is our tower. Get out.
Theoretically,
here,
he can stay around of his own volition.
Yeah, that's
we
the
did invite
problem.
him here.
I only invited him for 3 questions. He knows how commune works.
It seemed like he was gonna say something.
No, he's just kind of staring at you all. He is
Can
not saying
this-
anything yet.
Can this fucker leave already?
You can go now.
What do you want? We're just a couple of guys being dudes. Dudes being guys.
Guys being gay.
Thank you, Jill.
I just want to point something out to you. You are so far below me. You know
Yeah.
that, right?
I'm aware.
What you've done today, if I wasn't a sporting sort, I could have just killed you after this.
But that wouldn't be as fun for you.
No,
You're here to watch.
it wouldn't be.
You're the god of ambition, and we're about to try to do one of the most ambitious things and take your toys. You're more curious about that than killing us.
Well, I suppose I am, aren't I?
He's going to kind of get himself up off the frame, and he's going to start walking away now.
Well, I'm closing the door.
Yeah, you close the door.
Darius is turning around, looking at everyone in the room and going, no one tell Fitz I did that.
Could we maybe make sure he's not, I don't know, like fucking with the rest of the people in our tower? Thanks.
I mean, they're frozen in time.
That's who.
Yeah,
Uh,
literally, who
Well,
says?
no, the spell ended, so they shouldn't be frozen anymore.
Siblings are here. I'm going out. I don't know why. Not make sure he's not fucking with my family. I don't like that.
You walk out and kind of follow him out, and you'll see that he stops at the center of the base of the tower, and he's sniffing the air.
Oh, he's such a freak.
Weirdo. I'm not saying anything. I'm just like looking at him. I'm like staying back. I don't need to like.
And then you watch him just snap his teeth together,
That's so weird.
and he walks out.
That's so odd.
I hate him.
He creeps me the fuck out. He creeps Michelle, not Fizzy is, yeah, also creeped out, but like not like He's just like, and does he leave the tower?
Yeah, he leaves.
Okay.
I think Ignatius is gonna run after him and kind of yell out the door. You want ambition. If you or your toys kill any more of these people here, I will personally spend the rest of my life coming after you.
Iggy, no, but also
What are you
Iggy, yes.
doing? Oh my god.
This is fun. Why do we keep doing these things?
Sure.
You will see that he doesn't turn around to you, but he kind of like cranes his neck, his head over his shoulder and looks at you with one eye. And he just says, I'd love to see you try it.
It's the response I was expecting.
Cool. I'm gonna hide before Fitz gets here. Where he will inevitably beat my ass for doing that.
Yeah. Granny's not gonna be able to hide what happened because she is like visibly like fuming. Like her hands are shaking.
At me or at the situation?
At the situation, not at Darius. She's not mad at Darius.
Cool.
She's mad at the god and the everything.
I don't need multiple of my friends mad at me, so I wanted to check.
Mm-hmm. It's just like Fitz is gonna come back and be like, "Oh, something happened." Immediately.
Yeah.
Fitz, I'll say, with the aid of teleportation and knowing some very big cities, it'll take maybe an hour to find the enough oils for 2 reincarnations. So a grand total of 200 platinum or 2,000 gold. I'll be knocking that off. And you will teleport yourself back to the tower, returning back to the Mirror of Omniscience and finding your friends in quite a state.
Initially, Fitz is going to be walking in looking at the oils, being like, I wasn't really sure which kinds to get, so I just sort of went with ones that smell good. This one's a cinnamon. What happened? While I was gone, you all look like you've seen a ghost.
You know, I'm gonna go to the bathroom.
Might be wise.
You're not. No, you're not. No, you're not.
I'm just gonna go.
No,
Darius
Darius.
cast commune.
Darius.
And
And
guess who she
commune.
called?
You didn't.
She did.
Fitz is going to set the oils down. Or, like, hand them off to Fizzy, who
Yeah,
needed them.
I'll take them.
And even though Darius is taller than him, he's gonna stand in front of Darius and go, you realize that you put every single person in this tower's life at danger, correct?
Yeah, but I had to be sure.
Your child, your spouse, and you still called the god of ambition, the one we're doing all of this to stop, to this tower. Fizzy's family. Vera. And you didn't stop to think perhaps for a second that inviting the man we're fighting into our home wouldn't perhaps be the best decision. Did you get the answers you were looking for? Was it at least worth it? Wonderful. Well, I'm going to go check on the people that live here, since I seem to care about their well-being.
We made sure he left.
Oh, because the spell didn't make him leave, so he stayed.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Wonderful. Great job. and Fitz is gonna walk out.
This is why I didn't want to tell Finn.
Yeah,
You
but
can't
you know you
keep
couldn't.
secrets. We're a
You can't
team.
be doing that. Because Fitz is right.
We
You
need
know
to
Fitz
work
is right.
together, like more than anything. And that means sharing these things, sharing when you fuck up.
Problem is, I don't think I did anything wrong.
I think it was a risky action that could have gone a lot worse. I think
I think it was a risky action, but to put it bluntly, we can say we're fighting against a god, but we're really not. There's
Oh,
no
we're not.
fighting. There's no fighting a god. We're fighting against people that he's using. He had no true reason to even come see me unless he wanted to. My commune spell is not a guarantee.
I think he's just as interested in what we're doing as these little fuckwads.
Don't get me wrong, it was a gamble. I knew what the odds were, and I took them. Because at the end of the day, we're playing a game that we cannot see the board of. We're just some chess pieces, and we can't see which square we're on. But he's the one playing. And if you had a chess piece knock on your door and say, hey, I have questions, wouldn't you be curious enough to not smite them?
He definitely doesn't seem like an evil god. So I don't think, I think you're right. I don't think he would smite people just for the hell of it. I think he's just terrifyingly neutral.
Problem is, I'm not going to try to argue that with Fitz. Because we're both pig-headed as hell.
No.
Neither of us are going to win that argument. And neither of us are going to come out happy. So,
Yeah,
it's
don't.
best to just not... I knew what I was doing. I need that to be clear. It wasn't just a spur of the moment thing.
I get it. Granny just like rubs her face and she's just like, what are we gonna do?
Revive the other two dead people?
That's what I was
Start
gonna say.
there.
One step at a time. Bring back Dottie and Oreo.
If you want, I'll get the body parts when we have to.
Okay. Well, someone's gonna have to go with you because you have to teleport back.
Yeah, but I also have to make sure that if something was left behind in there.
Mm-mm.
I mean, we can also just go there with the materials and look around and teleport back. Because if we're gonna teleport back, we can all just do it.
Yes. It's not likely that Cloud and the Dragon are lingering. They have other business to tend to.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
And as you all ponder what to do next and try to unsettle yourselves after that confrontation, we'll take a quick 5 to 10 minute break. So, you guys have just had an interaction with a certain individual. Fitz, you went ahead and checked through the rest of the building to make sure everyone else is okay, and yes, the rest of the individuals here are just fine. Nothing appears to be wrong.
Hello.
Now, that does leave you back with the problems of your deceased allies. They are very much not alive right now, and the clock is ticking. Waiting longer will only increase the chances that maybe they'll be dead for too long. Jolly, where'd you get the knife?
I don't know. I really don't know. I pressed the button. I really don't know where the
Honestly-
knife come from.
Appropriate for the current situation.
I found the
Oh,
button.
man.
I really need a stream deck because all my buttons are bound with numbers, so I can't roll dice.
So, who's going to step through the mirror or are you guys just going to grab something from the bodies or step through the mirror to resurrect them?
I think we were all just gonna go through so that we're also have the opportunity to check around that location, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's best.
Yeah.
Okay. You step through, and you will find yourself in what looks to be a section of Hargrack. You believe. It is quiet here, very quiet, to the point where you'd say it's almost abandoned. You don't see very much in the way of people walking around here, but also you see not a lot of buildings that have been properly set up and fully built. It looks like you're probably on the lowest floor, where they're still starting to branch out more and grow more, but also haven't really made infrastructure, buildings, houses. It's largely empty here. And it looks like maybe either the family or Cloud have cleverly baited them into a spot where this fight could happen and no one would get caught. Either way, by this point you can see the carnage in full view, and you can hear that. Well, you don't hear very much at all, to be honest with you. Something about this area seems off.
Was there a silence spell?
Snapping your fingers and talking amongst yourselves, no. You can speak with no issues.
More likely everyone in the vicinity was also killed.
Well,
Anybody who would wish to investigate around this area can do so.
I want to.
Okay. So
Yep.
you can roll investigate.
Right?
I
As
had
well.
I would like to investigate, but every time I roll investigate, I roll badly.
Oh
So
my
let's watch
god!
this. Oh, that was a nice one for Kaz. Hey, wanna watch this shit?
No. No.
You still
Can I do
almost
something a little
did.
weird
Sure.
and roll a survival check instead?
Sure, you can roll survival.
Okay.
I have a plus 14.
That's so painful, Jess. I'm so sorry.
I hate that I can do the Aaron Hansen equivalent of check this shit.
Nope.
Check this shit. Immediately fuck it up.
19 on the die.
Hate it here.
Plus survival is. Hold on. Why? I can't see my survival. Oh my god.
I'll find it. So,
Sorry.
Kaz, as you rolled the best for investigation, and then Darius
30.
shortly afterwards, you guys will see that it's more than just that there's something off. there's something quite off. This entire area definitely looks like there's been signs of fighting around here. Claw marks, biting, large things have been smashed into. But it stops abruptly.
Stops?
It stops. And it takes a few trips back and forth before you realize it's almost like a large border has been set up, where looking back over, it looks normal, where the fight happened, like nothing ever occurred. But when you step through, then you can see all the carnage. Some kind of spell has been cast where a barrier or a massive illusion has been set up where the fighting looks like it never even happened. And the sound changes as you step past that barrier, where suddenly it goes from the sound of the hustle and bustle, which might be distant, sure, but it's still there. But once you step through, well, suddenly it goes away. It's basically a perfect one-way room where everything looks normal from the outside until you stumble into it. Jess. Can't hear you, buddy.
I know, I was saying it to myself because it was
Gotcha.
just a meme joke.
Gotcha. I will say, what you will note is that this is a very large area. It's a good 250, 500 foot square radius, or square area. So this is a very large section of land that has basically been set up as a massive illusion. As for your survival, Michelle, no, you don't think anybody is dead, actually. They are dead, very clearly, but no one else around is. Looks like it was very localized. Also, you can see that the footprints for the dragon, because there are footprints for a dragon, they appear very quickly. There's no steps leading up to it. There's no signs of something walking in and having a very clear trail. It stepped out of something and then was there.
So like a portal?
Yep.
Huh. That's interesting. I mean, I tell everybody, I go like, it's like there's like a portal and then there was a dragon.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. You can't really bring a huge dragon through a bustling city. It's probably partly how we got the drop on them, was they wouldn't have expected a backup like that.
Now, you said you rolled a... What was your total roll, Michelle? It was survival. You rolled 19? Yeah, 30, yeah.
Yeah.
There is something else you'll note. There definitely were a few other people who appear to have been with Oriole and Dottie. Their bodies are not here. And judging by the way that some of the earth looks, it looks like it's because something ate them whole.
Yeah.
So they are gone.
Gone.
You
There's
don't
no-
know who they are, where they
Yeah.
are, and what happened to them.
Can't
But
help
they're
them,
gone.
unfortunately.
It looked like there were at least 3, and they're nowhere to be seen. Now, there's also signs of someone whose footprints look vaguely like that of Sweros. He was dragged away by his heels into something else and then vanished. Likely another portal. But most importantly, you'll see that around where Cloud was and the dragon was, there's also a sign of some Digitrade Cody, what's the term for when an animal walks on 2 feet?
Digitrade.
The Digitrade. So bipedal, animal-like tracks. They're large, they look vaguely canine-like, and you realize it's probably a gnoll or a hyena folk, as they are more appropriately called nowadays.
So not only was Becca being racist, she was calling them the wrong name.
She's old, okay? Look, Grandma says inappropriate things.
I'm sorry, Grandma doesn't have all the updated terms. Okay, she's
Look,
doing her best.
Grandma still calls
She
gay
means
people
well.
fruits, all right? She's a little weird about it.
She's on. Some of her best friends are the transsexuals. You know, like.
Oh, Granny, no. That was all a joke, by the way. But yeah, so you could see that the hyena folk, was there helping Cloud and the dragon, and then left with Swero.
The real question with them is, what did they get out of it? Or were they being controlled?
Or were they collecting a bounty?
That's probably something more like that. If Swero was delivered into the hands of Celestials, and this hyena folk was working with literally one of the Celestials that we saw, then it stands to reason that they probably had a specific target out for Swero. And the hyena folk was working with them. Maybe also an Aasimar, maybe just a devout follower of one of the gods of law. Shall we reincarnate them?
Yeah.
At least attempt it.
All right. So this is the first time reincarnation's been used in place of, say, raised dead. Resurrection ritual works the exact same way. If you have things you want to give up, you may give them up. Your objective is you want them to roll. Let's see. The exact number is, I believe it's 10 or is it 11? Hold on. It's been a while since we last used this, so I need to double check my own rules. Base DC for a complete success is 11. Base DC with success with complications is 6. Every success will decrease the DC by 2. Every failed contribution will increase it by 1.
I don't know them well enough to give up things, unfortunately.
Could it
Fair
be
enough.
a magic item?
You can give up magic items, yeah. You can give up physical objects, certainly. Bear in mind, anytime you are going to give up a physical object with no emotional attachment, it has to be something more significant. So higher value would mean better at that point. So if you wanted to say, fuck it, I'm going to dump 1,000 gold. Sure, that could definitely count as a contribution. But if you then went, I'll give 10 gold to it, it's probably going to count as a failed contribution because it's not much.
I always have a bear in mind.
What kind? Grizzly? Black? Polar?
I prefer polar bears.
Those things are dangerous.
They are. Why do you think I like them?
Personally, I have the country bears from Disney.
I always think of the Bernstein.
Incredible, you too. Thank you.
No problem. So, who will you resurrect first? Dottie or Oriel?
I say we get the gross one out of the way.
Yeah, I was
first.
gonna say let's do Dottie first, so that Oriel doesn't come back and go.
Also, I am going to use. I'm not going to expend spell slots. I have 15 in my cloak.
Yes, you
so
have-
I'm going to expend to I'm going to use 10 of that.
Your Arc Druid Drapery does indeed have 15 points still currently stored. You can use those for spellcasting.
Which I'm going to go and remove 10 now.
Okay, go right ahead. Okay, the ritual begins for Dottie, who is in definitely the worst state. So, are there any contributions that anyone would like to offer up in order to resurrect her?
Could I split an offering between the two of them?
It depends on what
It's
the
like,
offering
say,
is.
my very nice cigars, and Granny gives up smoking forever. Cigars forever.
I think stopping smoking isn't necessarily
Well,
giving
like,
something up.
I'm not trying to. No, poor phrasing. I know. I didn't mean like.
I go to
promise
resurrect my
stop
dead friend and say,
saying-
I will give up my crack pipe.
I
And
meant like
every
she
time
can't.
I will no longer smoke crack.
I meant like she can't get, like, she won't be able to buy cigars again. Like, you.
I will say you can give up your fancy cigars. I'm not going to. I will not take your smoking habit. Thank you.
Okay. They're very nice cigars.
So who would you like to use the fancy cigars on?
I mean, Oriole's probably more important.
Okay.
Yeah. Though
So-
if we're doing Dottie first,
Yep.
she might also give up stuff.
That's true.
But Dottie is first. Are there any takers?
I'll give it to Dottie. Oh, unless you have.
Oh. I do have one. I have Tana's chakras.
I will count those. You will rest the chakra upon the corpse and offer it as a component for the resurrection ritual. A second offering? No?
We'll leave it at that.
I think I will give up Nature's Mantle.
Nature's Mantle. That is the
That's the one
item
that
that
lets
you
me do,
have?
yes, lets me do hide as a bonus action.
Okay.
Okay, let me unattune. Well, I don't know why I was attuned to it, but okay. I'm gonna throw it away.
item.
I'm gonna throw it away. It's going
Okay,
in the
delete it
garbage.
from your inventory. Yeah.
It is gone.
You rest
I
that
throw
upon
it
the
away.
corpse. Is there a third offering? It appears not. Very well. 2 offerings have been provided. I will roll privately to see what happens to Dottie.
Oh no, I should have rolled.
No. You should not roll.
No. Yeah.
All right. And then I will roll privately to see what happens.
Damn, I
Okay.
can't believe Kana's gonna roll really bad and we're not gonna get Dottie back.
We have such bad luck with these revival spells.
We
Righto.
truly do.
So, you begin casting the reincarnation spell upon Dottie's body, anointing it with the oils that you have been provided by Fitz. And as you do so, you will watch as the mangled carcass begins to twist and writhe as all the bits of flesh and organs start to squirm around themselves, reforming as much as they can. The bones will crack and snap as they begin to elongate and change shape ever so slightly. Meanwhile, what looks like extra vertebrae, likely for a tail, it changes. It goes and starts to reform itself. And in time, you will watch as bits of organ and flesh begin to reorient themselves up back towards the head. And you see that when this is all said and done, there is a nude body of a woman in front of you. She appears to be very tall and slender, though her body also seems to have odd scales and formations on her arms and legs and limbs. Not scales like dragons, scales like a snake. She has no fingertips. Sorry, she has no fingernails on the ends of her fingers, but they are long and slender, much like that of a piano player. And her torso seems stretched, is the best way of describing it. But at the top of her head, most notably of all, are what look like writhing snakes. She has turned into a snake folk, or a serpent folk, more accurately. She would be basically a Yuan-Ti pureblood at this point.
I would like to take a cloak off and just throw it around her shoulders to,
Yeah.
for posterity.
Now, how is this voice going to change, if at all?
You have to
my
say-
my vote is it doesn't, but you have to like elongate your S's now.
Yeah.
And that's pretty nice. Oh, he's testing it
He
out.
muted
Talk it
himself so he
out.
can practice.
He's working out the voice.
Well, we kind of threw this at him.
Well, the thing you can't plan reincarnation. It's
Yeah.
you come back as like a different species.
Oh. What
Good
happened?
morning.
Hi, Daddy.
Hi.
Oh.
A lot happened. You were
Hello,
reduced to
girls.
mush. Sorry about Have you looked?
Sorry about the new
Is
body.
Does anyone have a mirror
I've
on them?
I do.
Do you want to just?
Let me just.
Yeah.
Thanks. Well, that's different. Okay then. Well, I suppose I can't argue. Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, your
Thank you.
body was reduced to mush originally.
Yeah. It was kind of just a pile of
Well,
meat.
It's really gross.
That's
actually.
unfortunate. I can't say I'm too surprised, though. The dragon was unexpected.
I imagine dragons aren't expected typically, so yeah.
Imagine dragons?
No.
Oh, the misery.
Great time to chime in,
Cody,
Joel.
clip that. Cody!
Well, we're about to do the same thing to your dad. If you'd like to help.
Oh. Yes, I'll assist in whatever way I can.
Let's get him back and we'll talk about what just happened because we saw Suero and he's not doing great.
Also, just for reference, her hair looks a bit like they're like small, thin rat snakes that are coming off of her head.
Are they cute?
Snakes? Yes, snakes are cute, in my opinion.
Yay.
But they're very dark colored, kind of a blackish brownish. Okay, now for the reincarnation of Oriole.
Mhm.
So I accidentally paused the clock. Whoopsies. I'll put that ahead.
It's a clock?
Yeah, on the calendar.
Oh, and
There's a clock on the little calendar thing. That
Oh,
way
I
I
clo-
never
I
have to
closed
track
that
the
out.
time ever again.
I close that out every time. I don't know where it lives. Anyway.
So, the reincarnation begins on Oriole's body. The spot where his head would be has been covered for politeness sake, as his adoptive daughter is here. And the body is being anointed with the rare oils that Fizzy has been provided. So, are there any individuals who wish to make any offerings to Oriole?
The cigars, as stated.
Okay, the cigars.
Can I? Sorry.
Hmm?
Muted right as I was yawning. Can I toss the dark shard amulet that I have?
Yes, I forgot that you still have that. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can certainly offer it.
I used it for a while, but I've kind of outgrown it. But it's pretty nice still. So I'll
Yeah.
just toss that.
Mm.
Respectfully on his body.
Respectfully, no.
You're gonna hang it over his neck and just leave it on the
Wear it.
desk. Like,
How you wear a necklace
head,
with no
like-
head?
I mean, as long as you have a
Okay.
neck, you can wear a necklace.
Fall off.
That's true. Would fall off.
No head, hold on, fall off.
What are
Dottie
you
is going
doing with your
to
necklaces that it would fall off?
Dottie is going to lean down and whisper something toward the body. And she will lose something as she is going to sacrifice something important to her.
Oh.
Can I eavesdrop?
Sure.
And I too. I'm like the closest to the body.
Yeah, you guys can both. Yeah, anybody can eavesdrop if y'all want. Roll
It's perception, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I lost my
Fucking
die.
Snoops.
Yeah, I'm a Snoop.
We're right
Disrespectful
there.
freaks.
Right there.
Disrespectful freaks.
I'm reviving the body. It's fine.
16.
I rolled a 19 again. I swear to God. I'm rolling on different die. That's why.
That's fine.
So like a lot.
Okay, you guys will. I will let you guys both hear it. She leans down and whispers, "I promise that I'm not going to be." Well, she isn't going to say she promises. She's going to say, "I am going to give up my job. I won't be acquiring information anymore and using it for this." So basically, she's giving up her position both in the family and her abilities that made it easier for her to do so.
Oh.
That's a heavy sacrifice.
Damn.
I mean, it's her dad. So.
It is
Yeah.
her. It is her adoptive father.
Yeah, I mean, and the family as an organization is effectively still dead until Cloud and the Dragon are
Okay.
dealt with at the very least.
All right.
Oh, misery.
When
Sorry, it's in my head
just,
now.
like, retired effectively all the people who are left.
Okay, let me check something. That goes here. And okay. You guys will watch as the body of Oriole will begin to morph and shift ever so slightly. Through the magic itself, you will see that flesh is beginning to be multiplied and stretched, forming to replace components that are missing or are no longer present, while the head itself is remending itself and shifting and changing. The bones begin to stretch, snap, and pop, elongating to change to a newer form. Meanwhile, vertebrae are multiplying, spreading quickly, and beginning to take up a new place on the body. Meanwhile, the flesh and the skin begins to, well, the flesh doesn't change. The muscle is about the same. Still, that same heavily muscled, well-built man, Oriole, doesn't appear to be losing very much in that sense, though his skin is changing noticeably. It is thickening and hardening and paling, going from the dusky gray to something closer to a pure white, like snow. And as it progresses further and further, you will see that it hardens and scales as Oriole Merixel, now a white dragonborn,
Ooh.
will begin to breathe again.
Somehow fitting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it feels right.
Awkward.
Daddy, don't look.
Maybe don't show him the mirror right away.
Hey, at least it's not blue. That'd be real fucked.
Rude. That would have been
That
would
fucked
be
up.
real fucked up.
That would have been
Didn't
so
think about
fucked up.
that. I will say, in fairness, I did indeed roll for the species, so that could have happened. But I got a 10, which would have put him right on White Dragonborn, so it fit.
Yeah.
And Oriole will stop and kind of look up at you all and go,
That went poorly. Very poorly.
Yeah.
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 So do you want to see yourself yet? Or
He'll rub his face very gently using his new hands and kind of look them over and go,
I'll get used to it, I think.
that's
Laconic?
Dottie.
Dottie. Oh, daughter.
and he's going to pull her in for a hug very
Oh.
quickly. Dottie is nearly a head taller than him at this point now.
You big daughter.
Well, it's not
She's
big.
long
she's,
daughter.
She's very slender. Like she's very tall and slender and long.
She's
is
the
best way of
Slender
describing
Man?
it. No,
You're right. The slender woman.
no.
Oh my god.
Right.
I can't believe
Oh.
woke people got a hold of the Slender Man.
Anyway, we
It took
No,
the
where-
slender man and transgender.
know where your other son where Suero is, but he's a little hard to get.
He is going to look around as if trying to find a few more bodies.
There's no more back.
We assume
Unfortunately-
we're all in.
They're probably
We
being
think you do.
digested. Yeah.
We think you two are the only survivors.
Well,
Well.
No.
I meant in body parts.
I was like, there
Either
weren't.
way. Where is Swirl?
He seems to be captured by some lawful celestials, and they seem to really be going to town on him. But he's alive. Last we checked, about an hour ago.
Damn.
Do you know
I can
what that's about? Why was he taken and not just killed like you guys?
I have only vague ideas. Likely has to do with his weapon.
All those bits of metal that are in his arm and what have you.
It's not just a weapon, it's a outsider. Something from one of the planes. It's not supposed to be down here, and it's not supposed to be in that form. It broke itself apart. And then it decided to work with him.
You're saying he fused another being into his body?
No. That's putting too much onus on him. They decided to work together.
So it's a living thing, like the rings that the hyena folk had.
And the question is, are they
Yes.
actually after Suero, or are they simply trying to separate that outsider from him?
Well, no matter what they're doing, they were not gentle swear when they were willing to take him away, too. It didn't take much, but that hyena folk popped open a portal of some sort. Quite a few, things came spilling out. Don't know what else to call them.
Well, our next goal, I think, is to get him out of there. Though we're a little stuck, I think. And she'll kind of explain the situation.
Oriole will take in everything you are explaining to him, and he will nod. Though his expression does not become any more bright as you do so. It is a look of resignation he has. And he is going to look at you and go,
Unfortunately, this is well beyond my abilities as well. Most, if not all of my other children who had the abilities to back us up in this are likely aren't around anymore. And to be
We
frank,
can offer.
I have no idea how to go and fight angels or whatever they're called. I don't know.
Let us worry about that for the moment. Let's take you two to the tower. Hmm.
Hmm?
Hmm?
One sec.
Shay's there.
There's.
Shay's
Yeah, I was
there.
like, I'm gonna motion at Granny and go.
Shay's
Yeah.
there.
Also,
He doesn't really have any reason, like any way to talk. You know, like there's
Yeah.
no reason. There's no family anymore.
also Marceau is there.
Okay, we're gonna take you back to the tower, but you have to promise to be so cool.
You have to be so cool about
Actually
this.
Listen, we've been taking in a lot of swords.
I
Yeah.
love the idea of getting ready to take them and then being like, all right, wait, hold on, huddle.
Like
Literally what's
people
happening.
people who might know them, like Shay, Captain Marceau, High Lord.
Yeah,
To
so
be fair,
we got people from all sides of the law up there, and well, they may know you, they may not, and let's just say like bygones be bygones, right? Like there are bigger issues than
Hold
some
on.
past little. Yes,
There's no fighting in our tower.
yes, yeah. That's
That's
good.
a
Let's leave it at
rule.
that.
If you're
It's a
worried about
new
me, if you're worried about us starting something with some do-gooder that you decided to drag along with you, I wouldn't hold my breath. The family is
was-
well and truly dead at this point.
Yeah, it's more that I wanted you checked over by a doctor since we brought you back, but our doctor and you had some beef.
Doctor.
Think about
Yeah, you called him
possibly
a
like a
solid-
doctor in your past that you might have had a bit of a
Do you
trouble,
remember
a bit of
Doctor.
anger towards.
Shay, the orc?
Sawbones.
fella?
Yes.
I need you to be so cool.
Did you have
He's our
with him?
friend.
That's where you went.
What was you scared the shit out of him? What was your deal?
Yeah, that's in the past. Either
Cool.
way.
Okay.
To
Great.
be fair,
Get it up for me.
he's
I'm
only
gonna
at
be
the
real with you.
tower.
Okay, wait. Can I roll an insight check to make sure, like, I'm sure he, like, legitimate believes in
You want to make sure he actually is.
It's
It
all in
is
the
actually
past.
all in the past.
Pulling out a gun.
Exactly. That's what Fizzy's like.
yeah, fair enough.
It's
You roll
about to be all
insight.
in the past.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll inside as well because that seems like
to
a.
be fair, he was hiding out in a cave before
yeah,
some
well,
creature scared
good.
him, and we had to bring him there for safety.
It's also not like Shay has any. Not Shay. It's not like Oriole has any like real power anymore. Like he's got himself, but like his allies are all dead.
He's also missing something important that he had on his person at every time you saw him as well.
What?
You guys recall that he always had rings on his person,
Oh.
and
That's why he took the hands.
Yeah, and reincarnation and other resurrection spells don't touch magic items.
Mm-hmm.
Those rings are gone because they were magical,
Wait.
and he took them.
Mm-hmm.
Out of character question.
Yeah.
Are they the head crusher rings?
I actually am going to be using them for campaign 3. Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I rolled a 23.
Oh, okay. Both you and Granny will figure out. Yes, it is in the past at this point because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The
I
family
figured-
is dead. What point is there in pursuing something that doesn't matter?
I figured as much. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah, fair enough. But yes, Oriole will stand up. He still has his suit, though I will say he did become wider, like shoulder width wider.
Jesus fuck. This guy
So-
got even fucking bigger.
So what you're saying is like his buttons are popping a little bit.
his
No, what I'm
breasts
saying is that
are
I'm saying
boogieing.
that all of his, so all of the like the top 3 buttons he had on his dress shirt have popped, and they are exposing his chest.
He's hulking
Too many
out right
gay
now.
people here for this, Connor.
The dress suit, he has to take his dress suit off at this point because it is too tight. It was tailored to his body, so now it's too much, and he has to remove it completely.
It got bigger.
And he will instead roll up his sleeves so that he doesn't have to worry about them not going all the way to his wrists. This is
You're married.
This is a man who cares very much about his appearance, including wearing nice tailored suits. So yes, he is paying attention to his appearance.
Fitz fully is not looking at him. Like
Granny
very, like, up in the
is-
ceiling.
Granny, you know that picture of the guy with the huge boobas and the girl who's like
The side look.
Granny's just like
You have like Fitz not looking.
Granny is looking.
Like Fizzy and Ignatius looking respectfully. Darius and Granny looking disrespectfully.
Yeah. Granny is not yeah. She is not respectful. She's just like
Jesus Christ.
I'm imagining Kaz is probably also with the not looking and looking respectfully because she doesn't care.
I don't.
I need you.
Man.
I don't.
I need you to know, when Granny was saying Darius, you're married. Darius has never not been open about the fact that.
No,
her
I
and
know. It's
herself-
just funny to say that. Chill.
Listen,
That's Fitz, but not looking.
listen.
I'm listening. You've said it 4 times. I'm listening.
Well, I have to get my brain to process itself first.
I do
Pregnancy
believe
brain.
it's my fault, so like you're welcome, I guess.
Perhaps we
Pregnancy
should.
brain does wild things to a woman.
Let's go back to the tower now. Let's move on.
With that said,
Like
you all
big
do
fans
realize
herself.
you will need to figure out some clothing for Dottie, as she's much bigger than all of you. So
okay.
How tall is she? Because we are all tall motherfuckers.
quite tall. Oriole was very tall. Oriole was about, I think he was 7'7" or something like that when I sized him.
Oh, so
Oh,
she's
like
tall.
8.
She's 8
tall.
foot.
Ah.
Well,
We
Yeah,
can,
like-
We can
figure
outfit her,
something.
but she's gonna show some tummy. I'm just gonna, yeah, that's unavoidable.
Darius is going to send a quick sending spell to give Shay a little bit of warning and just say, "Hey, we're bringing patients over. It's all chill. One of us can stay in the room with you if it would make you feel more comfortable once you know who it is."
That's not ominous at all.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Hey, what does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
What does it
What
mean?
does that mean? What does that mean?
So currently
Yeah.
packing his.
Darius is just going to
Asked
send
it
another
5
sending
times.
spell.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
What does that
Like,
mean?
that's
What
how
the fuck does that mean?
She'll do another sending spell and go, "So Oriole and his daughter Dottie."
But they're cool though. Tell them that they're cool.
Connor, you're muted or you leaned away
I'm
from your
practicing a
mic.
voice. Right. And we're good. Right?
I wish Darius could just send an emoji so she can send a thumbs up. I'll use
So I'm just
sending again and say,
saying- Last time I met him, we weren't good.
Darius will do a sending again and go, "You're good, and if not, we'll beat his ass. We just revivified him. He owes us."
Also, he's a dragonborn now.
You'll find that out later.
I thought you guys were bringing Oriole Dottie here. Who are these fucks?
Listen, we kind of employ Shay. He doesn't
Without
get
paying him.
well. He gets to live in our nice tower with free food, free cleaning,
we keep him safe. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
If he wanted money, I'm not gonna lie to you, we probably would just hand it to him.
Yeah. True.
Not,
But
Even-
anyway,
not,
we
not
kinda
that he can
sound-
leave right now and spend it.
We kind of
Well-
sound a little bit like a gang. We're like, we
Uh,
keep him safe.
we're
That's all we
the
need.
new family.
We're like, kind of like a family.
Ooh, sorry.
I
Oriole's
Joke.
like, I'm suing you for copyright infringement.
With what army?
We put you in front of it. We put
That's
you
when-
in front of it.
that's-
It just-
That's when the anime lighting kicks in and we pull out an envelope from a trademark. Like, you were too slow, Oreo. We trademarked the family. It's ours now.
half jokingly, but also not because of the disrespectful staring. Ignatius is going to say to the rest of the group, so which one of you wants to show them to the sun?
Whoa.
We'll worry about that once we have the last surviving. Let's go.
It's more so now because now the people who are inclined to are going to be thinking about bringing them.
Guarantee you,
back.
Granny's already thinking stuff.
I desperately need Granny to hook up with Oriole. I'm sorry. I got out of it.
I mean, now that he's not like a crime boss, he's on the table.
No, Granny will be on the table.
Jesus Christ.
You don't know
know that.
Granny's life.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It hit without. I'm sorry.
Like, real talk, Granny. You seem to be having a thing for Dragonborn. Is this something we have to discuss here?
What do you mean a thing for Dragonborn? This is the only guy I know. There's that Sapphire guy from way back when, but I didn't really talk to him. Oh, you mean?
Oh. There you go.
So,
Dementia there, Grandma.
I'm distracted.
Yeah.
so you guys teleport yourself, get yourselves back to the tower itself. Now with Dottie, the serpent folk, and and Oriole the Dragonborn with you. You all are collecting even more NPCs.
We're
Yeah.
completionists. We gotta collect
Yeah.
them all.
Well, on the bright side, it also makes them a lot harder to track by
True.
anyone.
'Cause they were pretty
there-
solidly dead.
Is there an achievement for collecting all the NPC?
We get to feel
You get a-
nice.
You get a congratulations.
I get a good feeling.
We get a good
When
feeling.
when the credits roll for the end of the campaign, we get to actually find out the actor's true name.
Oh, yeah. They leave us a video message at the end of the...
Unfortunately, they are all played by the same actor.
yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
It's Connor in different hats.
That's
Like,
that's
what
just how
Oriole
being a
laugh.
GM
on
works.
Screen,
It's
he's
always
wearing
me in
that
different
awful
hats.
lizard
The
mask.
fucking lizard mask. That's Oreo, baby.
Like one of those
I need to paint it white.
1960s Godzilla costumes.
Oh my god.
You all arrive back at the tower themselves with Oriole and Dottie in tow. And you add some more to, well, your parties, effectively. And now the question has to be, what do you do about Swearo?
That is a great
I'm-
question.
I'm ready to like storm in there, banish him, and get the fuck out. But the getting the fuck out is the stopping point, I think.
Yeah.
Although,
Like,
wait, if the blade in his arm is a creature, that means would banishing work on the both of them? Or would it send the blade back to its home?
You know.
No. The bigger thing is, several of us have banishment. The unfortunate thing is each person who has it only has a single use of it, so they can't get Swell and themselves out.
You got it, Chief.
I will point out there is one other thing that you guys have not done. You haven't tried to look at Cloud, if possible.
Yes.
I'm kind of scared too.
Wait, we also haven't tried talking to the Celestials that have Swell. To see if there's maybe some other way.
Can I just point out, Jess, you said you're scared to look at Cloud.
Yeah.
But you weren't scared to directly send a line of contact to the god of ambition.
No,
But you're scared to look at this little maroon cloaked fruit.
Well, the god was less likely to
Stevie.
kill us immediately.
I'd say for Cloud, the best answer would be scrying and not the mirror. Because he could see us back through the mirror.
Listen, I can't explain my brain, and I won't begin to. You can't make me.
I mean, I can scry if that's what's gonna help.
Oh, are we done with the ominous music?
That music was really scary, and I'm glad it's gone. I didn't like it. It was getting really intense.
Just scry on him.
Michelle?
Okay. I will use, in case we have to use spells, I will use my last 5 in my cloak.
Okay.
Got 5 left, so I'll use the last of it, so I don't have to use any spell slots.
Alrighty. You will go about trying to scry on, let's see, on Cloud. And let me double check scrying real quick. Because I know that you are definitely going to be going, it's going to be an uphill battle in this case because you don't have certain things.
I'm pretty sure we do have likeness or picture because Tana
Has drawn him. Yep.
It's
we've-
either firsthand or know him well.
We've technically met him.
because
Like
we've
he's
met.
I would say firsthand because you've met him in passing.
yeah.
So
He
it'll mi-
killed Ruben.
Yeah, he did.
So
We
it'd be
also
a
have
-2
something-
for him.
The
Ooh.
only question is if either Dottie or Oriole has like a possession or a piece of body or something at somewhere that we can retrieve.
Jill, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say that we have something that he wrote. I mean,
Oh, that's true.
That's true.
and it wasn't written by regular means because it was green flaming text. So
Fair enough. Those will count as possessions.
Oh my god, he flamed us.
Eh.
Okay.
So
I think I'm funny.
in that case, it would be. Is it just a -4 or would it count as -6 when you have multiple?
It's only the highest one.
Okay, so it's just -4 then. So it'll be a -4 for him. Michelle, as you go about casting Scry on him, you will feel that you attempt to scry upon his person and you feel it be rebuffed. Not like someone has saw the sensor and canceled it, but more like the spell attempted to hit something and it just couldn't do anything.
We can't scry on him.
That means he either has an amulet of proof against detection and location, which we've encountered several on this continent, or he has non-detection cast upon him.
We should have tried to drag it.
He could also be in an area where of anti-magic or some place that would be under a spell effect that would block scrying.
Oreo,
We-
what What did your rings do? Out of curiosity.
Our rings?
Yeah.
Quite a few things. Had a unique spell on it called Possession. Let me briefly take over people. Increase my
Okay.
strength even further. Quite a few things on it. Why?
No. Your son doesn't want to scry. Or we can't scry on him. Just wondering if any of the magic items you had is blocking it.
No, those rings didn't have anything to stop scrying.
Hmm.
Can't hear you, Michelle.
Muttering to myself. I'm muted, I know.
Right.
Yeah.
It is also possible that the mask he wears is somehow enchanted to disguise his identity, preventing spells such as scrying. It would be thematic for a mask.
I wondered, what did he gain trying to kill the whole family, though? Why did he kill all his siblings? I would understand you, Oriole, but his siblings as well?
Yeah, killing your father is a tale as old as time.
Well, the siblings would be loyal to the father, and he was working against the family this whole time.
He has. Let's see what would result of it. Perhaps money, magical items, be in general or specific ones that individuals had on them. Killing the siblings would prevent them from being able to come after you in any form.
Did he say anything to you before he killed you, Oriole?
Mm.
No, I can't remember anything. Not like that. I don't remember any conversation, that is.
So he just straight up killed you guys?
We just started fighting.
So what was your plan with confronting Claude? Were you going to try to talk to him, or were you trying to kill him?
The punishment for an action like this is death. That kind of
So-
betrayal is not tolerated.
So you were going there to end his life,
Correct.
and yeah. So okay.
Fitz.
Yes.
Hmm.
You've got a pact with a dragon,
We do.
and obviously. We know he has a flaming green sword. That kind of seems like a warlocky weapon.
Bold assumption, but
I'm trying to grasp at things, man. Is it possible he's following a patron's orders? What's up, Fizz?
Guys, you have divination, don't you?
I think Kaz does.
Yeah, why?
Maybe we can use that to help guide us.
Okay.
I mean,
What
I
would you
have
like?
it too, but I don't, you know. I don't know. So we have to find something something about an action in the next 7 days. So we can use it to maybe see if it can help guide us to where Claude is, or how we can get to Swirl, or what methods maybe to fight whatever is dealing with Swirl, things like that. Something like
Maybe
that,
we
I guess.
can ask if those celestials can be reasoned with. Like, would we be able to bargain with them for Swero? Just because knowing that would eliminate one of our options to
Mhm.
rescuing him. And I guess the little guy in his arm.
Well, as long as you guys have the questions, I can cast divination for it.
Yes.
Jesse had
a finger.
Yeah,
I just have a joke that I'm gonna send.
Mhm.
And I was making a pause, as in, let me see if I can find it. That's us at these Celestials. Come to
Dormammu.
bargain.
Okay. Kaz, what exactly would you like to ask?
Are we able to reason with the Celestials to get Swero?
The response back will return as uncertain. You certainly could. It may be difficult.
There's a possibility then. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know if there wasn't one at all.
Michelle?
I have another question.
Yep.
Which, if we wanted to do the jumping in using the mirror and coming back via plane shift, how does one go about getting a tuning fork for this plane so that we can do that?
Typically, you'd have to find a spellcaster of some sort.
Sandy!
I asked earlier, does Zandy have... Could we ask Zandy if they have a tuning fork for material plane? Or know someone who does? That we could just borrow it just for a little bit.
That's certainly something you could do. Were there more questions for the divination, or was it just one?
I'm thinking a few. I'm thinking if
Oh, okay.
they're gonna straight up kill Swero within the next 7 days is what I'm wondering.
I mean, isn't divination only a single question anyways?
It is only one question. However, I also have it, so I can ask one as well.
Yeah, it's you guys basically had two casts of it before the answers start getting mixed up.
Mm-hmm. That's not a bad question, Jolly, honestly.
How pressing is Swero's rescue is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that isn't a yes or no, so it'll probably be a cryptic response.
That's okay.
I worded as a way is will Swero die within the next 7 days if we do not rescue him? That is my response.
That's
Yeah.
actually a very clear
I
cut.
mean, that's a yes or no answer.
That is absolutely a yes or no. I will mark a spell slot for me so that I will do it on mine so that Jolly does one, I do one, so that we don't get weird funky answers. Okay.
Okay. You cast divination using your tarot, don't you?
Yes. Why does it keep going down to 1? I used one spell and it's going down to 1. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, it's weird. I put 2 and it went 1. Like, no, I used it once. Anyway, yeah, I do. She like sits on the floor and like does the whole do and gets the card from that. She draws a card from the deck essentially.
Gotcha. So the response that you will receive is as you are casting it, and you ask if he will be killed, you will see that you draw a card, and the card that you get in response is the Hierophant, upright. The Hierophant means a few things. 1, mercy. But it also does have the slight meaning of captivity as well.
So they don't intend to kill him. They intend to keep him, but they don't intend to kill him.
Jailing him, perhaps, for...
Well, personally, I think Yeah, personally, I think
There's
that
so
the
many
real
fries.
target is the Outlander.
So there's your fries.
It sounds like
Oh.
they ordered food and someone accidentally got a shit ton of
Sorry.
fries.
I thought I was muted, but
Yeah.
I
That's
thought it was
okay,
a
it's
large,
funny.
and it
Fine.
wasn't a large, and we have so many fries now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've got ketchup.
So personally, I think the Outlander is the target of the Socials, but they're under no obligation to return Swero. I think they just don't care for him, and he's kind of stuck there because he doesn't have a way back on his own.
I mean, I feel bad for the creature as well. We don't know their full story, but
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, that's so many french fries.
Oh my god.
Because I
Hold
I
on,
wanted
show it
to-
all
again.
fries?
Show it again.
I-
That entire
yeah.
thing was french fries.
Oh my god!
I wanted to get Culver's because I wanted a burger so bad, and I asked Jess. Jess was like, "Oh, I just want fries and a milkshake." I said, "Okay," and I was like, "Oh, I'll get just a large thing of fries so that she can pick on them." And they only had medium, and then they had the one that was called like family, and I was like, "Oh, surely family will be like a large,"
Oh.
and that's what family is. So
Oh,
we
I
have
got
so many
the family
fries.
serving of fries.
What is that? A
Oh,
family of
It's
6?
me!
I didn't
It's
know
me!
they
I'm
sold that.
family!
Bro, it's like you just ordered catering.
There's our French fries for ref. I can't even show you. I was gonna show you the reference of mine and how big mine is because
It
I'm
is-
medium.
It's a bag about yay big.
Yeah.
So
That
many
was
french
from
fries.
Culver's?
in there.
You said that was from Culver's?
It's Culver's.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
now I know that if I go to Culver's, if I order a thing of family fries, it's that. Good to know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do have an idea of what exactly, a rough idea of what's going to happen to Sparrow.
We have 4 more questions.
No, divination's only one.
Divination's only one question at a
Oh,
time.
Yeah.
divination is only one. Okay, I
Yeah,
thought there
you're
was
thinking
3.
of commune.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
okay,
can
never
yeah,
mind.
yeah. It's okay.
Commune
No, but that's a
and-
good question. That's a good thing
Yeah.
that we did that because,
Yeah.
like, we know now
So,
because it'll help us figure out our next step.
yeah.
Yep.
Divination and Augury are 1. Commune and Seance are 3. Speak with Dead is 5.
Correct.
So the next question is, if we know he won't die if we don't help him immediately, do we still want to go and help him now, or do we want to go after Avik? We have
I
to
think-
wait for the Avik stuff
Well,
anyway. Never mind.
Here's the thing. Well, there's 2 things in this situation that still makes it urgent in my eyes. One, he's in fucking pain. They're basically torturing him.
Yeah.
That's trauma that I'd like to end for him sooner rather than later. And 2, there's a second creature with him. The metal bits in his arm are a living creature according to Oriel. So the Celestials probably aren't going to be as nice to that creature. And they have I mean, Swero clearly has some attachment to it. They were working together.
There's a multiple issues right now that we have. 1, we still haven't heard back from the Queen yet to deal with Avik. And then 2, we have to go check on this map that Cloud gave us for the spell that binds the dragon, and we don't even know what the dragon is going to do within the next few days. There's too much.
I'm hoping that if we have a tuning fork, I'm hoping Swero's little rescue party is just like within a day, you know? Like, because we can use the mirror to get right next to him and then get out. But the problem is getting out. We don't know how to get out yet.
And the thing with the Queen, we have to wait. So for now, I don't think we should exactly worry about that because that's something we have to wait on anyway. So we don't know when that's going to happen.
And the spell is not... We don't need to, like, go there immediately. It's not... You know, they don't have, like, our mother with a gun at her head next to the spell, you know?
Now, another question. Is anybody here capable of speaking or writing Celestial?
I don't think
Do we know
Probably
anybody?
Fitz. If I were to take a guess, it's gonna be Fitz.
Sorry, I'm actually my burger. What do I know?
Do you know how to read and write in Celestial?
Yes, I can read any language
Yeah.
But can you
But-
write
and
it?
write any language. I'm pretty sure. Let me double check
I
my
will.
features.
I'll double check that feature real quick for you.
That's a 90% of the time, if it's a knowledgeable thing, just look at Fitz.
You can write in
Alternatively-
any language. It has a written form.
And you are. I know
And-
for a fact that you can read any language at this point.
You're
Yes.
So
If
yes,
I
you
had
can.
a day, I could learn any language rudimentarily.
Alternatively, do we have access to the spell tongues? As we'll need to, in some way, communicate with these Celestials if we intend on at least attempting some manner of peaceful resolution.
That spell is. Well, Bard, Cleric, Sorcerer, Warlock, or Wizard, but it's a 3rd level spell.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
your
Connor,
cleric
quick
definitely doesn't
question.
have it. Yep.
Is it a ritual spell?
Nope.
Let me make sure I buy the
What spell is it?
investigator.
Tongues.
It doesn't switch it.
Oh yeah.
Because some spells have been made into
You're right.
rituals for the
You're
sake
right.
of I need to double check. I have to wait
miss
for it to open though.
tongues.
I
Yeah.
could loin it if we got it.
I miss tongues. Me after the drug cartel has cut out my tongue.
And we can
Mhm.
find if we can find a spell scroll with it. Yeah, we can give
Yes.
that
Oh,
to Fitz.
I mean,
No.
we can create it
Oh.
with the book.
I was like, oh no, what could we do to get that?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right now.
And
Well,
now,
like-
what about comprehend languages? Does
Um,
anybody have that?
I might
know I
have
could
that.
look up the spell list, but it's also meta knowledge.
I have comprehend languages.
At
Yeah,
the
that one
very
I know.
least,
I'm pretty sure that Jess does have that.
then
I've had
at
that
the-
since almost the beginning.
At the very least, we have a means of communication. If that is cast upon Fitz, he would be able to understand what the Celestials might be saying and write down something that they can read in return.
Well, as the party all has some decisions to make, trying to decide what exactly they need to get, how exactly they need to go about doing it, and how much time they have, we'll be leaving off the session there. As you guys have managed to rescue at least Oriole and Dottie, although in
Yes.
different forms. Suero, sadly, does appear to still be captured by, well,
Okay.
some Celestials.
The rare posthumous rescue.
So, thank you all so very much for being here. I do hope you guys enjoyed the game. Special thanks to my players and my friends, Jolly, Jess, Jill, Michelle, Becca, and Cody. If you guys enjoyed this, pass the word around, tell your friends. We stream regularly Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. This is going to be getting put up on YouTube, Spotify, and a few other spots as soon as possible. Spotify we're still working on because there are some things we need to adjust. But with all that said, say bye, stream.